Autism and chiropractic. Autism and chiropractic. That's our topic today. Last night, new patient asked me a very important question. The mother actually of a new patient said, we have an autistic daughter, and what should we expect from chiropractic care? What could you set up some expectations? And it's a great question. I thought it was a very great question. However, my answer was I don't know. I don't know what to expect. I wish I could give you some delineated answers. I wish I could say, in 3 months we'll see this, in 6 months we'll see this, in 9 months we'll see this. I wish it was something that clear cut, but it's not. Because as a famous saying I see on Autism Speaks, the great website, talks about, once you see one kid with autism, you see one kid with autism, right? So there's so many variations. There's so many different kinds of autistic spectrum disorder children, right? It's not just one kind. So it's not like a course of illness, like having chickenpox, where you know it's going to be like a week and a half, and you're going to get 500 blisters, and then they're going to all go away after about 2 weeks or so, and that's about it, right? This doesn't follow that kind of a course of illness. It's a very different sort of issue. And when I first was introduced to this kind of stuff, one of the most important things I learned about was the polyvagal theory. You've heard me talk about this before. And what I do when I get really interested in stuff is I start writing research about it. So I've written this research article entitled Improvement in Autistic Behavior Following Chiropractic Care, the Application of Polyvagal Theory and its Relationship to Pediatric Chiropractic. So when I started learning about this, I realized that one of the most important things, and when the patient asked me, what can chiropractic do? I said, I have no idea. However, I know that chiropractic is going to help their vagus nerve. I know it's going to help calm their nerve system down. That's one thing I know for sure, just judging from all the stuff that we've done in the past years. One of the most important things I also learned from Dr. Robert Melillo, Disconnected Kids, author of Disconnected Kids, and great chiropractor. He talked about primitive reflexes, so I wrote a paper about that too. That's what I do. When I get really interested in something, I write a paper about it. So Combining Chiropractic Care with Extinguishing Your Primitive Reflexes, a case series of 8 children. That was published a couple of years ago as well. And what happened is I started using primitive reflex work with these children and watching amazing changes, so that what we did is in the office we did stuff with the polyvagal theory, and at home we gave kids exercises to do based on primitive reflexes, and the combination of those two things has really what's made the biggest change. And the thing that we see the most is, like, if you think about what is the point of the vagus nerve, the point of the vagus nerve is rest and digest, rest and digest. So what do we want with these kids? So many of these kids, like yesterday, this girl, the mom was talking about, she's got horrible digestion, very hard to sleep, never calms down, always moving, always clicking like this and moving your fingers like this. This is what we see, right? This is very, very typical. So it's because they're not resting and digesting, right? They are in fight or flight. These kids on autistic spectrum disorder and other kind of issues too, they are in fight or flight. They are in sympathetic overdrive. So when someone says, well, what is chiropractic going to do for my child and how long is it going to take? The answer is, I have no idea. However, I know when we use primitive reflexes, and you take them home, the ones that we show you, and work with those kids at home, and we work with a polyvagal theory sort of based adjustments in the office, I know that we're going to enhance rest and digest, and that's what I want to see with these kids. And there's nothing better than having a child, like yesterday, this little girl was not looking me in the eyes. I'm looking at her, I'm like, yep, she's not looking me in the eyes. But I know, after adjusting her in some period of time, right? Couple adjustments, couple weeks, couple months, who knows? I know in some period of time we're going to see all of a sudden she's going to look me in the eyes. We're going to start seeing she's going to start talking a little bit more. We're going to start seeing that she's calming down, that she's sleeping better. These are the things I hear over and over and over again from the parents, whether they are profoundly autistic children or with no verbalizations, or they are mildly autistic. They used to call it Asperger's, now they're mildly autistic children or high-functioning autistic children. This is the kind of stuff that we see all the time. Thanks so much for listening. Rubin Family Chiropractic on Facebook, theadjustment.com on our website, and check out Chirocast, our podcast.